Hey everybody, Hillbilly Rick here. I'm going to take a few minutes to tell you about my life. Born in Evansville, 1948 on a Good Friday when tornadoes hit Evansville. Grew up in a family with 3 kids, and mom and dad worked really hard. I got to college, went to IU, got an accounting degree, became a CPA, and found out that I didn't really like it. So from that, I became controller for Bryant, head back in Indianapolis, and then I missed Evansville so much that I moved back. And that was during the early 70s. During that period, I started listening to music more and more, and as the 80s became on, as I traveled, we'd find they were dancing in certain bars or clubs, and around Evansville, we would go in and we would teach a dance that we had learned maybe the week before. I would write them down on the back of a placemat, and I'd go like right with my right foot and pointing right or left, and I'd write the dance down that way. And I'd get there and I'd say, "Hey guys, I got this song and the dance," and we'd go through and do it. And as the 80s, we did a couple of fundraisers along the way. Also did some for the JCs, even in the 70s. Wow. Anyway, then we started doing St Judes fundraisers probably in the 80s, and I found that country dance was the first positive change I'd seen in American families, that people were dancing together with their kids. It was a great thing. So I got more and more into teaching it, bought equipment to have my own dances and teach it. And I said, no alcohol and no smoking at any of my events. And my other competitors said, "Oh, you'll never succeed." Well, all of a sudden I had an average class on a weeknight of probably 300 to 500 people. And on Saturdays we'd have some big dance somewhere up to 1,000 or 2,000 people. Shoe Carnival liked what I was doing so much that they would rent the Gold Center that hold over 1,000 people, and it would become, and one of the radio stations, they would line up to support it. So it'd be WBKR radio and Shoe Carnival present for American Cancer Society a dance with Hillbilly Rick, and we'd do it. And as the years went on, in 94, I got a song called "Baby Likes to Rock It" during the day, got the release, kept hearing it in my head. I turned it on where I was getting ready to teach. All of a sudden my feet started doing a dance. It was time to start the class, and I said, "Hey," and I'd never choreographed a dance before. I said, "Would you like to learn a new dance?" And they said, "Yeah." So I taught "Baby Likes to Rock It" an hour after I created it. We didn't have the internet then to send dances out, so we mailed it out on 10, 12 copies to different instructors I knew. And lo and behold, it became one of the biggest dances in the world. In fact, it's set to Guinness Book of Records with over 12,600 people doing it in Japan, I think in 1994. And then the record labels called me and said, "What are you doing in southern Indiana?" We were so far ahead of California and these other places. "You're the #1 per capita country music in the world, and what are you doing there?" And I explained to them. So all of a sudden they came to me in January one year and said, "Listen, you've got 9 days. You're going to do the country market, for the country music market. You're going to do a promotion for Garth Brooks for his first 4 shows of his 94 tour. You got 9 days to set it up." They rented the local stadium, 1 hour on Prime TV, 5 hours on simulcast, and we rented Roberts Stadium, and the temperature dropped to almost 0, but we packed it. I had probably 1,000 people dancing on the dance floor, and it was incredible. And we had our own screen, and it kept going and going. And then I got contacted by Graceland that said, "Would you come host the opening event for Graceland for Elvis Week in 1995? So it was the Elvis Wild Country with and Graceland for 1995 for the opening event. Wow, what a part of a lifetime. Well, now everybody else is starting to teach, and I help teach teachers. I'd go do events where we would teach teachers. And I sometimes I put a curtain between the teacher and the students to show that the students aren't always going to be able to see you, so you need to really explain what you were doing. And I had a lot of fun doing that. Next, here comes these calls. We're wanting you to Australia, we're wanting you England, we're wanting you in Germany. So I started touring the world, I don't know, 30, 40 countries, and I was gone all the time. You know, I think in '98 I took off, I don't know how many times, maybe 100 times, but I wasn't home only 17 days. Australia became my favorite place. Now, along the way, I ran into a guy by the name of Charlie Waddell, and he was starting a thing called Dance for the Child in Lima, Ohio, and he said, "Hillbilly Rick, would you come up and help do that as an entertainer?" And I said, "Absolutely." And I went up there, and it was great. Everybody worked together for the event. Tom, with a limo, would pick me up at Columbus or Dayton, Ohio, and get me to Lima, Ohio for the event Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and get me back to the plane. I never asked for any money. Everybody did it together. 1 year or two, Ronnie Beard came with me, and one of the videos on my YouTube site will show Ronnie Beard singing Bump and Grind, and I'm doing the dance, Boom Shake, and I'm doing the dance Boom Shake in the video, so that was pretty cool. So I start touring, and I want to make music that's made for dancers. So in Australia, I found a group called Australia's Tornadoes, and I helped them produce an album, and we made it all country music. We did Ghost Riders in the Sky, Yippee-yi-yi, Yippee-yi-yo, techno. It was unbelievable response. It went crazy. Well, all of a sudden, none of the labels would put the music out. But I went to Nashville and I handed out the record to DJs, and they put on Ghost Riders, and it'd come on their sound system and go boom. They go, wow, dancers got up and danced to it because nobody else had that bass intense music. So all of a sudden I get a call from a person at Arista that said, "We'd like to talk to you about your music." Well, in the meantime, my lead singer, Kate Hall, had gotten involved in Jehovah's Witnesses. So when the record label offered us a deal that was very unbelievable, Kate decided she didn't want to tour. She wanted to pursue her religion in Jehovah's Witnesses, and I went that way, so we didn't keep going. Now, along the way, every year I'd come back to do Dance for the Child, Dance for the Child, Dance for the Child. It was awesome. Every year it was different, and everybody was so friendly. And Charlie said, "We're going to do it 10 years, and then we're going to stop," because it did consume everybody. So the 10th year we did it. We were all there, and Charlie donated, I know, in excess of $100,000 for that last year we did in Dance for the Child. Now, I'm touring, and I come home. I'm in a bad accident. A lady in a big limo, a big Lincoln town car, hit me at about 70 to 80 mile an hour, and the side broke all my ribs. My head got smashed between the things, and I woke up on the emergency room table with a lady saying, "Mr. Meyers, do you have a living will?" And I stopped and thought, and I said, "It's at my attorney's office. I'm supposed to sign it tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I said, "His name's Bill Bender in Poseyville. If you'll call him, he can come in, and I'll sign it so I can die," because I didn't want my kids to have to make decisions. And she said, "Well, I'll do that." But God wanted me to stay around. So COVID hit, and I was going to go do a song in Gulgong, Australia. And I was going to dance on top of Frog Rock Mountain, and I was going to do a song called Frog Rock Hop. Well, because of that and COVID, I gained weight. I've been fighting vertigo from my head being hit so much. The insurance just paid for my medical stuff, and that's about it. So my grandson was about maybe 5 at the time, and we always would play with Hot Wheels. And we liked making stuff. He and I made a Titanic, a full functioning 6-foot Titanic that we sank and saved with Flex Seal tape. You can see it on my YouTube site. Go back 4 or 5 years and type in Titanic. And he was playing with Hot Wheels, and I got playing, and we were rolling them on top of his iPad. And I said, the little kids could really do this instead of just pushing buttons on their iPad. How about I make racetracks, virtual racetracks, and we'll give these little kids Hot Wheels races to do it. Thus, Race for the Child became a reality. And I said, what we're going to do, we're going to end up making these virtual tracks and take time, which we have on my YouTube site that kids can watch them. One of them I posted about a year ago, has 250 or 60,000 views. Kids are loving it. And I wanted to write a song called Race for the Child. So I got with my friend Jake Burton Music in Nashville, and we brought another songwriter in, so the three of us together wrote this song, Race for the Child, that came from Dance for the Child, Charlie's Dream thing. Now we've got this song just about done. We've got Craig Smooth the Art making me an animated music video of Race for the Child, so that's coming. So we've got the song pretty well done. We're going to have an animated video, cartoon video, and we're going to have one from my race car. So I want to do something different. So during the eclipse, I raced 1,000 Hot Wheel cars, 170 feet, along with 3,000 marbles, 300 bouncy balls, so we can make a Race for the Child music video out of that too, you know. And Race for the Child was born, and we're working on it now. Along the way, I built a trailer that holds 250 foot of 6-lane track. The tracks only are one wide with Mattel, but a friend named Tech Connect made me 6-lane connectors, so we could have a 6-lane wide track thanks to Tech Connect. And we made this, and so we could take this about anywhere. Of course, I'm now 76 and having health issues, but we'd like to eventually take it to St Judes. We'd set it up, whatever space they have, set up the race. I bring all the Hot Wheel cars down, we'll give them to St Judes. People come out, donate money, get a Hot Wheel car, they'll race it, and I already bought trophies to give out. So that's what our whole end up goal is to end up to having a song, because it's the first positive song about cancer that I've ever heard. When we started back 20, 30 years ago, we were only successful 20-25%, and now we're up to about an 80% success rate, and I think that's phenomenal. I think we need to let people know that what they're doing is helping, and to keep helping. So in this video, we name some of the children's names that we've come across over the years that have been involved with cancer. Now, my involvement with cancer involved my dad and my family too. We've all had these things come along. My dad in 1976 had cancer in his lymph nodes and his larynx. They took out his larynx, said, nope, it's in lymph nodes, nothing you can do. So I asked the surgeon, I said, is there anything new we can do? And by gosh, God was there. He says, yep, next week we got a new thing coming into St. Mary's Hospital, a radiation machine. So I took Dad home on Sunday and basically said goodbye. I was at the hospital about 5:45 at Monday morning. I found the room where the radiation machine was. A guy walked up with 2 keys about 10:45 in the morning. Go in. I pushed my way in behind him. I said, is that your radiation machine? He goes, yeah, what do you know about it? I said, well, my dad's going to be your first patient. So my dad became the first radiation patient at St. Mary's Hospital in like March of 1976. He ended up living 32 years. He was totally cured. So there's a lot out there, and we're progressing and we're progressing. So now it's time for you to help more and more. Help St. Jude's, help the Shriners, help Riley's, help all the children's hospitals around the world. And if you'd like to do a dance event called Race for the Child with your dance groups, I'll supply you 75 or 100 Hot Wheel cars to give away and a little bit of track to race them on. And you'll be able to have my Race for the Child song and dance that we're making for little kids and adults both. So we'll have Race for the Child song, we'll have Race for the Child dance. We're going to have these virtual videos that kids can race their Hot Wheels on. We're also going to have these outdoor events where we actually race Hot Wheels on a long track off of a trailer. what else can we do? So if you want to be involved, the main thing is let me know what you need. If you know, as this goes, please subscribe to my Hillbilly Rick YouTube. And as you go, if you want to do a dance with Race for the Child and need some Hot Wheel cars, I'll send you a box or two of them. I'd like to get involved with Mattel. I've been paying full price for them so far. You can see I've given out 5,000s of them. But to get involved where we can get bigger groups and maybe we can ship them directly to the events. Now, to go further, what if every car show in America, they're everywhere, what if they had a Race for the Child? What if they had a Hot Wheels racetrack set up there that we made a small one? And they took and raced all the car show guys while they're there. They go buy a Hot Wheels car, donate to St Judes or whatever charity they want. They race their cars and we give out trophies. Would that not be phenomenal? I would be glad to help with that. So I need somebody that can work with me and Mattel to work that out so we can send Hot Wheels stuff to both dance events, hospitals, and car shows all over the world. So anyway, I know I've talked a lot more than I probably should have, but Dance for the Child, now it's Race for the Child. Yeehaw.
That's a camera. Get him a camera. Hey, you're being videoed. You know you're going to be on it, right?
Are you ready? Go, Jim, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Get out of the way, Lou.
The marbles! Bouncy balls! Wow, that's cool.
Listen to the crowd. finally down the back straightaway. Time with the next looking into the turn number 3. There's a 3 and 4 up and down. that last straight, that was Carson Short. As he was going to the outside of road number 1, the 71.